Good evening, and welcome to Numpty News, the only bulletin brave enough to report international economics like it's two blokes fighting outside a pie shop over a parking cone. Tonight, absolute bedlam across the pond as America slaps a whopping 50% tariff on Canadian cars, trucks and steel, turning polite trade talks into a full-fat diplomatic Barmy with extra gravy and broken wing mirrors. Experts are calling it a trade war. Here at Numpty News, we're calling it what it really is. Two giant nations having a hissy fit over metal boxes, while thousands of workers stare at a spreadsheet like it's just farted in church. In scenes reminiscent of a garden centre brawl on Bank Holiday Monday, the row has escalated from boring negotiations to full-on economic handbagging. Our first witness to this fiscal clown show is Neville Spudthrust, male, self-declared supply chain expert and part-time forklift philosopher, standing in a warehouse next to 3 traffic cones and a bacon bap. Neville surveyed the carnage with all the grace of a man whose shed has just blown into a canal.
50%? That's not a tariff, that's daylight bollocks! You try flogging a truck after some suits added half its price on top, like it's extra cheese on a dirty pizza.
Shocked readers told us the fallout could hammer Canadian firms, price them out of 2S market, and leave jobs dangling by a thread thinner than a pub toilet roll on Derby Day. Factory bosses are now reportedly pacing about with clipboards, sweating into their slacks, and muttering phrases like market access and cost pressure before having a little sit-down and a biscuit. Numpty News then spoke to Doreen Wobbleguts, female, owner of Doreen's Discount Motors and Seasonal Meats, who has somehow turned a global trade crisis into a personal attack on her car forecourt and sausage turnover.
Last week, I could shift a pickup and a pork cob in one transaction. Now, folk are looking at the bonnet like it's made of solid gold and bad decisions. It's economic vandalism, that's what it is.
Right then, as the row worsens, markets have reportedly wobbled, negotiators have sulked, and somewhere in a fluorescent office, a man has slammed a folder shut so hard he's strained his little economic elbow. Over in our mock-serious analysis bunker, Clive Muffler, male, freelance trade commentator and emergency gazebo assembler, explained to significance while pointing at a map upside down. This is what happens when diplomacy gets conducted like a barbecue after 8 lagers. First, it's tariffs on steel. Next thing, someone's throwing a deck chair through the concept of North American cooperation. And finally, public reaction from the street came courtesy of Sharon Crimp Bucket, female, who had no obvious connection to international commerce, but was furious anyway, which frankly is to Numpty News gold standard.
If a car costs more because of some transatlantic willy waving, and keep in mind till wheels fall off, I'll Flintstone the bugger to Aldi before I pay extra for political knobheadery.
So there you have it. Less a trade policy, more a massive economic crotch kick in steel-toe boots. Canada's fuming, America's posturing, and workers are left holding the greasy spanner while the big lads compare spreadsheets like their anatomy. Stay tuned to Numpty News, where if global finance collapses, we'll report it from a lay-by with a sausage roll and a calculator held together by tape. And to ensure that you don't miss out on tomorrow's Numpty News, please subscribe.